Hey guys, it's Emily, and today I'm back with another reading vlog. So I know it's been a while since my last reading vlog, but I'm currently reading a book that I'm super excited to read, and I thought I would bring you guys along for the process. So I am rereading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and if you guys have been following along for a while, if you aren't and you're new, hi, I'm Emily. Please subscribe. I do bookish and lifestyle videos. I post every week, but I have been rereading this series. I reread the first book during the Read by Zoe 24-hour readathon, like her last one. During the Newts in August, I reread Chamber of Secrets, and now I am on to The Prisoner of Azkaban, and I'm super excited. This is probably the book that I'm least familiar with, meaning that I've grown up with these stories. I read the books when I was a child. I read them in French the first time. This is my first time reading this series in English, but I've seen the movies so many times that I could probably tell you exactly what happens in each and every one of them. Like, I could recite the lines. But this one, for some reason, is the one that I'm least familiar with. I haven't rewatched it as much as I did the other ones. I don't know if it's because I was traumatized by it as a child. I remember watching it in second grade and coming home and having nightmares about the werewolf. I don't know if that caused my kind of reluctance towards this book, but I just am least familiar with this story. I know what happens, I know the grand lines, but I don't remember much from it. I haven't rewatched this film in forever, so I'm very excited to be rereading this. It's been a while. Like I said, I've read the books when I was maybe 10 or so, and I read them in French, and now I'm back into this world, and I'm super happy and excited to be back into the wizarding world. So I started reading this morning. I actually made it to page 84, and I read all the part about Harry being in the Muggle world and until the point where he's on the Hogwarts Express on his way to Hogwarts, and oh my god, it feels so good to be back. I say that every single time, but I just love these books so much, and I had forgotten how much I love them. I love the story, I've always have, but reading it is a completely different experience, and I'm just super happy to be reading these books. I am also listening to the audiobook while I physically read this, and I am just loving this so much. I feel like so far my main not critique, but just my main observation is what I've said before, basically, is that these books are so funny. I'm reading this and I have a smile on my face the entire time. I'm trying hard not to laugh because these books are so funny, and I remember that these are middle grades. I feel like the movies are targeted towards an older audience, and the books are really middle grade, and you can tell. And I love it. I love this so much. I am just so excited for this reread. Hi guys, so it's now a couple of days later, and I have not really updated you guys, but I've made some progress with reading, and I'm currently on page 217 of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And my only thought right now, the only thing that I can really talk about, I guess, is how little I remembered about this book. I feel like I'm reading this for the very first time. There are so many details that I've had forgotten about. I mean, I remember the grand lines, but all the nitty-gritty details I had forgotten about. So it feels like I'm reading this for the very first time, and it's so fun and just it makes me so happy to be back into this world. Every time I'm diving back into this book and this franchise and this series, I feel like I'm a child again reading this series for the very first time, and I love the feelings that it brings, and I love this so much. The audiobook is absolutely incredible. Highly recommend. I cannot recommend it enough. It's so good. It really heightens my experience. It really makes it more, not invasive, but I feel like I'm really diving into this story rather than just reading about it. I feel like I'm at Hogwarts. I feel like I am with Harry and Ron and Hermione, and I'm living these adventures with them, and I really appreciate that. Alright, so it hasn't been that long. I actually just read a couple of pages. I finished the chapter that I was reading, and I'm currently on page 246, and I just wanted to quickly update you guys. There's something that I had forgotten about this book, and that's the fact that McGonagall and Trelawney are just not agreeing on anything. But when you remember what happens in Order of the Phoenix later on, it kind of warms my heart, and I just really enjoyed their banter. It's just so funny to see them go head to head. I had forgotten so many nitty-gritty details of that book. Even things such as Lupin's first name, I had completely forgotten about that. I had kind of forgotten about the whole Sirius Black thing, why everyone hated him. Cannot wait for the big reveal. It is so enjoyable, and I'm understanding why people love this book so much, because I know it is really beloved in the series. I think it's a lot of people's favorite, and I can completely understand why, because so far it's probably my favorite in the 3 books that I've read. Well, reread. Hey guys, so it's the next day, and I made it to page 432 of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I have roughly about 30 pages left to read before I'm done, so I'm pretty sure I can finish this tonight. If not, I'll finish it tomorrow morning on my commute. But I read the truth revealing scene this morning on the bus, and it was so intense. I had forgotten how intense it all is. You find out the truth about so many people and just so many different elements that were sprinkled throughout the book, but it just all like accumulated at this peak moment, and it's just so freaking intense. I had to stop reading in the middle of it because I got to work, but I was just on the edge of my seat. I was flipping through the pages and I had to process all of this information, and I was like, oh my god, I felt like I was rereading this for the very first time. Well, no, I felt like I was reading this for the very first time. I remembered a lot from that scene, but there are so many little details I had forgotten about, and now we're in the core of the action and Harry has to save the day. I have, like I said, about 30 pages, so I'm pretty sure I can finish this very soon. But since this vlog has been, I don't want to say boring, but not as action heavy, I've decided to do a little unboxing because I got some bookish mail and I just thought that I would share that with you guys. It's not Harry Potter related in any way, but I just thought that it would be fun to spice things up a little bit. So I got some new Christmas books because I plan on reading some more holiday themed books soon because I've been in the mood to read holiday themed books. So the first one that I got is Dash and Lily's Book of Dares by Rachel Cohn and David Levithan, sorry. Apparently it's super cute. It's set in New York and it's kind of like a bucket list or like treasure hunt type of book. So very excited to read this. I've heard great things about it, so hopefully I will enjoy this. Oh my god, it's so cute. Okay, so next I got The Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher. So look at this cover, and it doesn't have like a dust jacket. I feel like it's not focusing, but it doesn't have a dust jacket. It's just like the hardcover. It looks so cute. I remember Books with Chloe talking about this book last year for Christmas, so I just thought that I would give this a try. It looks like a very cute middle grade story about Christmas and apparently a dinosaur, so I'm just very excited. It looks super adorable. And last but not least, oh, another book that doesn't have a dust jacket. Interesting. Yeah, I like that. It's A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. So that's a book that was recommended by Britt from Basically Britt. I remember her talking about this series last year a lot. It's a trilogy, but I wanted to get the first book. It's another like middle grade type of story, and I don't even know what it's about. I just know that it's Christmas themed, and apparently it's about a boy called Christmas. So I am very excited. I feel like this is going to be so much fun. So that is my little bookish haul. Just thought that I would share with you guys because, like I said, we needed to spice things up a little bit. Alright guys, so I have my cozy blanket, my hot cocoa that I just made in my DIY Dumbo mug that I made last year for my birthday, and I have my little fireplace going on, and I am ready to finish reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So let's do this. I feel like the lighting is weird, but whatever, we're gonna deal with it. Hey guys, so I have finished Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and of course I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was just so good. I really enjoyed it. I felt like I was reading this for the very first time. I've mentioned it several times in this vlog, but I just felt like it was a brand new story. I just didn't remember much from it, so it just felt like I was just experiencing this for the very first time, which was great. I am very curious to rewatch the movie though, just so that I could contrast and like compare, because I feel like there are so many scenes that I had forgotten about, and I feel like a lot of the scenes that I remembered were kind of different in the book than they were in the movie. So I would like to be able to rewatch the movie so that I can compare with the book just to see how the adaptation was done. I really enjoyed this. Really, so freaking much. I really loved the new characters that we were introduced to, like Lupin and Sirius. I love them so much. Oh my god, okay. I really love the character building, the world building aspect, and just like the new developments that we got in the story, and I'm just very excited to continue my reread, to be honest. Like, I kind of want to pick up Goblet of Fire right now, but before then I really want to rewatch the movie. I'm not going to sign off this vlog just yet. I think I want to wrap my thoughts after I rewatch the movie so that I can maybe like give you guys a little bit more of context, I guess, on how I feel about the movie and just my thoughts. I don't know if it's my favorite book in the series so far. Like, the ending just made me so happy. It made my heart soar. It just made me smile so much. I was smiling like with all of my teeth when I read the last couple of pages. I think I would still rank the first book, like Philosopher's Stone, first, just because it has such a special place in my heart. It's what really introduces us to this world. But this is a close second. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. It's quite different, and I like that about it. Hey guys, so it's been about a month since I last updated you guys. Yeah, I don't know why it took me so long to finally watch a movie, but tonight I just watched a movie and I wanted to update you guys so that we could finally wrap things up. So I watched Prisoner of Azkaban tonight. I stand by what I said before. I was saying that I didn't remember much from either the book or the movie. It's probably the one in the series that I'm just the least familiar with. And like rewatching the movie, I felt like I was rewatching it for the very first time, and it was really a great experience. I feel like the book and the movie are a little bit different in the sense that the book and the movie have similar scenes, but they're not necessarily in the same order, or like even though the story, like the main story arc is the same, there are some elements that are changed or deleted or added, but in a way that makes sense with the story. And I really like the movie. It's a bit different from the book. They have a lot of similarities, of course, but I do feel like each of them has its own particularities. Like I feel like the movie is really good at building up the tension leading up to the main conflict or just like the main intrigue, whereas the book I just felt like I was reading about Harry's daily life at Hogwarts and then suddenly bam, the intrigue happens within like 100 pages and then it's the end. I feel like with the movie we really build up the tension and there's so many elements here and there that hint at the big main conflict at the end, and I really like that about it. I feel like I did a bit of a better job with that. Other than that, I really enjoy both. I feel like both of them are really, really great. The movie is a great adaptation of the book. Even though like it's different, I feel like they did a great job at keeping only what's important. Even if they changed elements like locations or just like scenes, I feel like the scenes that were different had the same core, like the same main element that you remembered it by, but the context around it was different. The book and the movie are quite different. I enjoy both. I just feel like the movie is better at tying everything together, whereas with the book I just felt like it was two different parts, but it's a really good book and also a very great movie, and I enjoyed both immensely, and I am so glad that I have rewatched and reread Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So I guess that this concludes this little vlog here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will be reading Goblet of Fire very soon. Actually, at the time that I'm filming this, I'm planning on starting it like tomorrow or in a couple of days. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you don't want to miss my future Harry Potter vlogs. And I guess that's it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!